topic I wanted to cover this month in December and preparing for the new year is kind of your phone and how you can use your phone to your benefit when in order to stay organized and keep on track with your goals and your schedule. So I'm gonna go over a few apps that I use almost daily, if not weekly, that keep my family and our schedule together, but also to keep me on track with my YouTube goals, my other business goals, all of that kind of stuff. And then what also keeps us organized with our photos and all of that stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is Google Drive. So I use Google Drive because I have a Gmail account, so I can do things on my phone, open things on my phone, edit them, and then if I'm at a computer, I can get to them on there too and edit them, which is actually a little bit easier because it's always easier to use a computer versus my phone, but I like having them handy on my phone if and when I need them. So the first thing I do is use Google Drive. I use Google Docs and I use Google Sheets, which are part of kind of that Google Drive structure. I don't even keep Microsoft Office products on my computer anymore. I don't keep up with them because it's just not necessary right now. The next app I use quite often is called Scannable. Now Scannable is something that's newer to my app lineup because I never really realized I needed it until I started consuming all of these school papers from my son or doctors, like my blood test results from my doctor's appointments, those types of things, or just other important items that I need to keep on me. And Scannable makes it easy because you basically take a picture of it through that app and it makes it look like you scanned it on an actual scanner. So it's very easy. It's way easier to do that. Like if I need to print something off and sign it, I don't have to use my printer or my actual scanner to scan it back in. I can sign a document, scan it on Scannable, upload it, and send it off in an email. So that has been really handy over the course of the last like 6 months or so. The next app I love to use, and I use it mostly for my YouTube videos because I like to keep my YouTube and all of my like oil videos and stuff like that separate from my personal stuff, just so it's very organized and separate. So Amazon Drive is my go-to for uploading all of my videos when I record on my phone, so nothing fancy is happening behind the scenes here. I record on my phone and then I upload them from my phone to the Amazon Drive app. And then when I get on my computer, I just pull up Amazon Drive on my computer and it's there for me to use to edit and to upload to YouTube. Do the same thing with any of my essential oil videos and stuff like that. So you'll see more essential oil videos on this channel. They used to be on a different channel and they weren't visible unless you were on my team. So you'll see more of these on here. I'll do some unboxings, but Amazon Drive is my go-to for like my business type, the business side of my life. Next up for the family side of life is Google Calendar. So we use my Google email to hold all of our family calendar items. So any of our kids' sports activities, school activities, anything I have going on outside of work, my husband's drill dates since he's in the Army Reserves. So Google Calendar, we each have it on our phone. Every time we put something in there, it's shareable both ways. So that's really the only way we can keep track of what's going on because we have so many things going on now after school and after work that it's impossible to keep track of just by trying to remember them. So we switched to this about a year or two ago, maybe 2 years ago. Once Connor and Andrew both started getting into activities, that was the easiest source for us. On the same lines, we use Google Photos, or I use Google Photos. My husband probably doesn't really know how, but I use Google Photos and I upload all of my photos to Google Photos, like iCloud or whatever you want to call it, so that they don't stay on my phone and take up space on my phone. So any family videos of our kids, family photos, all the photos I take on my phone get uploaded to Google Photos and I can access them anytime from my phone, but they're not taking up space on my phone. The last and probably the most important app that I use is called Awesome Note, and I've used this for a really long time, probably 3 or 4 years I've used this when I discovered it. And it's just like a task list basically, but you can really stay organized in the app. It also shows your calendar and like a to-do list. So I'll leave kind of like screenshots off to the side so you guys can see kind of what it looks like from an app perspective. But the way I use it is I have 3 separate categories: personal, projects, and then my business category. So personal is more of like my daily to-dos, any personal development that I want to do or that I've like heard and I just want to jot down so I don't forget. I keep habit trackers in there, and I kind of edit them as, you know, I'm going through some sort of, you know, habit tracking and it's not working, then I edit so I know what works for me. And I just like to keep track of my habits really closely to make sure I don't have any unhealthy or toxic habits in my routines. So I keep kind of routine tracker, habit tracker in that personal space too. In my project space, I keep always the current month. I keep a folder that says, like for example, there's one right now that says December projects, and then there's one that says January projects. So I always keep the current month and then the next month in there. And it's all the projects around the house that I want to accomplish. And the reason why I keep the next month in there is because I may be doing one of those current month projects and realize, whoa, this is a disaster over here. I don't know what has even happened in this closet or in this space. I'm gonna add that to next month's projects so I don't forget to come back to that. And I may reprioritize December's projects based on things that I've discovered as I'm doing the projects. I may move things around. The final category I use is business, and it's on a separate page, so I have to swipe to a different page for it, which I really like because then it really shows like the separation between personal and projects and then my business, which is a separate category. And I keep like my YouTube video ideas, a folder for those in there. I keep a folder about like oils and oil videos that I want to do. I keep a folder in there for my Facebook group so I can track things that I want to post in my Facebook group or how I want to reinvent my Facebook group. And then also like non-toxic cleaning ideas, non-toxic cleaning products that I want to talk about. So I keep those completely separate. I'll probably also add a category soon on clean eating and tips and tricks for clean eating. But those are really basically all I do. I try to keep my like planning and organizing simple but productive, and so it's always constantly changing and shifting. Right now this is kind of how it is. I also do use paper planning, so I don't want to leave that out. I just didn't want to combine the two videos because I think it's important to show electronic planning separate from paper planning, but I combine both paper and electronic planning happen in my life, and I think they're both really important in order to stay productive. So I keep a paper planner. I'm going to do a whole video on that later this month after I get my 2019 one set up so I can talk to you guys about that. But this is strictly my electronic planning that I use that I can take with me because it's all on my phone, and my phone has kind of become my own personal assistant. And I think if you're using a smartphone and you have a smartphone, you might as well make the most of it and use it as a personal assistant, which is kind of what they can do now for us because they are so they're like little machines for us to use. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone is having a great holiday season. Please like, subscribe, and share in your social media, and I'll see you next time. Bye.